If an individual, I am working here in this country and I am earning here and I am liable to pay tax here, but that rule may not be applicable for a big company. So they have an opportunity or an option to set up a company in a country which is taxing them less. This is called profit erosion and tax shifting. So in this video, we are going to talk about the major economies which have come together to minimize or to reduce this kind of tax evasion by these big companies. An individual who lives in a country and works in a country, earns in a country, has to pay the tax for the country unless otherwise he is exempted. But that rule may not be applicable for a corporate or a company. So the global commerce have grown multifold, and the global commerce not only in the country which is formed, but also it has expanded to the other countries also. So the top global countries, the G7 group of 7 countries, they want to discourage this practice. So by levying minimum tax at certain rate, because of the fact that each and every country, to attract the companies to promote their economy, what they are doing is they are trying to reduce the tax for the corporates, because tax is sovereign and the tax can be levied by the country as per its own rules, laws and regulations. So they are reducing the tax for companies. So the companies, they are setting up their office in that particular country, but they are doing their sales or activity in all the countries. So the corporates, they always find ways to reduce the taxes. So they employ lot of tactics, they do lot of measures to shift their profit and to shift their revenue to other countries so that the tax is reduced. So there are a lot of low tax countries available in the world like Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Caribbean or Ireland. Even though these countries, they have less tax, but it doesn't mean that the global corporation, they are doing sales only in these countries. So this process is also called as tax arbitrage. The tax arbitrage is a process where you are taking advantage of the tax systems, different tax systems, recognizing the revenues in the low tax region. So this kind of practice, tax arbitrage and shifting the profit, shifting the tax base, it costs a lot of countries. Each and every country, even the current pandemic, they are trying to find resource because the tax revenues are falling. So it cost a country, many of the countries, they have lost billions of dollars every year. The worldwide average corporate tax in the world is 23.85%. But in the G7 countries are the developed larger economies where the average tax is little bit higher, which is 24%. In these G7 countries, even the current average rate is 24%, but earlier it was 40.11%. So from 40%, it has come down to 24%. So the tax reduction is not only in these kind of economies which I told you, but in majority of the countries, the corporate tax is going in the declining spree. So United States, they have used to have one of the highest corporate tax in the world at around 35%. So in the year 2017, even in the US, they have reduced the tax from 35% to 21%. Now there is a proposal to increase the tax to 28%. So this disparities in the national corporate tax, it is creating a lot of confusion. At the same time, it is benefiting the corporate companies to shift their profits, shift their base to the countries which is charging less. So the shift in tax base reduce the tax base on which governments could collect revenues to fund the required economic and social spending. See, not only the global commerce companies, even the pharma companies, the drug patents and software and royalties on intellectual property also move to the low tax jurisdictions so that they pay less tax. The pharma company, they are shifting the patent to country which is charging them less as far as tax is concerned, but the manufacturing companies which are at a disadvantageous position, because the manufacturing company, they set up a office, set up a manufacturing unit in a particular country, and they employ the local people, they pay these people in the local currency. So for the manufacturing companies, shifting the profit to other the countries very difficult. But for the other companies into the digital services and commerce and also pharma companies, this process may be easier. So the report, as per the latest report, the big technology companies like Amazon, Facebook, Google and Netflix and Apple and Microsoft, they have alleged to have avoided 100 billions of tax in dollar terms as global tax. So the Yellen, it's a US Treasury Secretary and the current United States administration, Biden, they want to eradicate this kind of tax havens which is functioning, which is prominent in the world, updating the international tax rules for the first time in generation. This kind of global minimum tax is never talked about, and this is the first time they are talking about. So the big countries, the G7 countries, they have already agreed to levy at least the minimum corporate tax, global tax for these corporations which are having global presence. These countries are United States, United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan and also European Union. So they agreed to levy at least 15% in each country. The countries wherever these companies operate, these countries they have to levy minimum 15%, but maximum as per the local tax laws it can be levied. So it's not the first time this talk is being proposed, the minimum tax. Even the OECD, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which is a Paris-based organization, so they are already negotiating with the major countries and also the other countries. So approximately around 140 countries. They are already talking to various countries regarding this global corporate minimum tax. Now this OECD and G20 countries, they have agreed for this, and now the process will be simpler. Technically it's simpler and it will be less contentious because all the countries they have to agree, since the major countries they have already agreed for it. So once this global minimum tax is being agreed and implemented across the world, the each and every country now they have some kind of digital tax levy that will go away. Even in India we have a equalization levy that also will go away. It's a two-pillar approach basically. There are two approaches for the minimum tax. The first approach is the countries wherever they operate, they have to pay tax. For example, a company called Google, which is having presence, they generate revenue in India and which also generate revenue in Japan, which also generate revenue in UK or maybe any European Union country. So the tax they have to pay in all these countries separately. So this is pillar one. Here the companies wherever they operate, they have to pay the taxes provided these companies have a profit margin of 10%. So over and above this 10% margin, they have to see 20% of their profit is paid as a taxes in these countries. This is one pillar approach. Then the second pillar approach is 15% minimum tax should be levied wherever these companies they have their registered office. For example, a Google company is having its registered presence in XYZ country. In that XYZ country should levy 15% of. So this kind of minimum tax based on the two-pillar approach is going to tax only the overseas profits, not the local profits. If countries agrees on this global minimum tax, the government still they have the power to levy whatever a local corporate tax they want to levy on this company. Because as I told, this tax is a sovereign right and they can do by the country's rules and regulations. So for example, since the countries are already having power to tax even less than 15%, then there is a catch here. This company, for example, if it is levying 8% tax for a company, digital company, which is having global profits, in that case, the home country of this company, where these companies were originally formed, they can top up this 8% with another 7% to match this global minimum tax. So by doing all these things, the shifting of the profit shifting of revenue may be discouraged. Tax also will be protected. Then all the countries will be on equal footing as far as the tax and benefits are concerned. Tax is a sovereign right, as I pointed out. There are countries which have higher tax. Then at the same time, there are countries which are having the rock bottom tax also. So, but each and every country is moving towards low tax regime, including United States, including in India. Even in India, we have reduced the corporate tax. To make you aware, the countries which are having higher corporate tax in the range of 35 to 50%. So are Comoros, Puerto Rico, and Suriname and Malta. And countries with the rock bottom low tax, corporate tax, in the range of 5 to 10% are Barbados, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Hungary. So the global 7, the G7 country, they have already agreed, and they will go to the next level, which is G20, maybe the next level of economies. So there they may have the bigger challenge. The multinational tech giants like the Amazon, Google are expected to be among those covered in the ambit of these tax proposals, the new tax proposal. So what is the United States position? So United States broadly agreed because it is going to benefit their tech companies. Because of this kind of minimum tax, the companies will be encouraged set up office and declare their income and profit in United States. They will not shift. Because of that, United States continue to do in their innovation. The proposal to raise the corporate tax is already happening in America. So already they are planning to raise the tax to 28% from 21%. Last administration in America, they reduced the tax to 21%. So now they are planning to increase to 28. So the reduction in the corporate tax, normally the governments are doing so that the investments are increased in a country and the employments are also increased. But the example in the United States shows that even after reducing the investments, there is no marginal, there is no increase, or the employment rate also has not. That is why they are rethinking to increase the tax again to 28%. So what is the position of India? So India's the effective tax rate is still above the global minimum tax, which they are proposing now 15%. So there won't be any major effect for India. So after introduction of 15% minimum tax, which is expected maybe in the medium to longer run, so the multinational companies may find it very difficult to shift their revenue to the tax havens. Take some time to redraft or maybe to negotiate and arrive at a consensus. That may take some time to match with the G7. While increasing the tax in these low tax countries, so there may be opposition or there may be corporates may also try to oppose. Because of that, it may take some time. So there are some forecasts of the Goldman Sachs. So they predicted that the minimum 15% global tax on these companies will impact $1 earnings of S&P 500 companies in per share. So in the year 2022, United States also planning to increase the tax, which is reduced from 35 to 21%. Now they are planning to increase to 28. So because of that, the impact will be that $8 it will be impacted and the forecasted earnings of $203 per share in the next year. So $203 is the earnings. So that will be reduced by $8. Multinational companies pay more taxes. It has two key components, as I pointed out. This global tax, it ensures that the companies pay more in the countries where they actually do business. That is the pillar 1, which I told you. And the pillar 2 is the mandating the global companies for a minimum corporate tax at the rate of 15% to avoid countries undercutting each other. So with the backing of G7 countries, this agreement could provide minimum ground for a world with a minimum corporate tax. If there is a company that is paying lower tax in a particular country, their governments could even top up. At this point already I mentioned. So now the G7 agreed, but the major challenge will be getting agreement from China, Russia, Brazil and India. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Learn by Choice for more and more videos.